We built a platform that actually is the only platform that plays an automated webinar back in a software. It feels like it's real, like it's live. Because when you share your story as a community, you can have a larger impact on this world.
Hey, Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to another video here on our channel. Super excited to have you with us today. Listen, if you're interested in automated webinars, if you feel like your business could benefit from a webinar in general, smash that subscribe button so that you make sure you don't miss out on any of the updates and the new feature releases and things that we come out with here at WebinarFuel. This video is going to be really exciting. It's about split testing schedules, right? So one of the things that, like we talk about, we're always trying to pull these little levers, right? That are going to give us little increases in the things that matter: registrations, show rate, and sales, right? That's the journey that the customer goes on with a webinar. And so we're always trying to pull little levers that'll increase those metrics. One of those things that's always been a struggle for people is the schedule, right? If you do live webinars, you obviously you can't do them all day long, so you have to pick like, what time of day should I do my live webinar, right? Well, obviously the benefit of an automated webinar is that you can have your events run back at any time, right? But the question becomes, well, what time is best? Should I offer every hour on the hour, every 15 minutes? Is that too much? Do people feel like, oh my gosh, that's not live? So does that lose some of the luster? Well, the answer, is that we don't really know. Every audience is different, and people would ask me this all the time. So I went to Letitia, and she's our dev. If you've watched any of our videos, you know this. She's the lead dev and the only dev on this whole project. And I said, listen, I want the ability for our users to split test schedules so that when a user comes to your landing page and registers for your webinar, you can show a different schedule of events to one user than the other, and you can see which one gets you the highest registration rate, attendance rate, and purchase rate. So let me show you how to accomplish this in just a few seconds inside of WebinarFuel. Guess what? Don't have to add any outside software to do this. Don't have to purchase anything else. Don't have to do anything. Just use the features, the core features that we built into this platform to help you win. Let me show you how this is done. Okay, so this is an example landing page, okay, right here. And this is our registration widget. I have everything kind of blown up for you guys to be able to see it. When you click this, you'll notice that it gives you, like all the different times on this particular schedule. You'll notice we're showing 5 different opportunities for someone to register for this webinar. And in this case, it's every 15 minutes that we have an event, okay? Now, suppose we want to split test that with a different schedule. What we would do is come in here to WebinarFuel, okay? And very, very easy to do this, okay? All we have to do is go to our schedule, all right? And you'll notice that it says schedule groups. So schedule group 1, we have it set to, hey, just give people the option of every day, every 15 minutes, and show them 5 sessions, like 5 different opportunities, right? So what we can do is we can actually create schedule group B, or schedule group 2. We go in here and we add different sessions. So this one we might say, hey, look, we want to do this every day at 8 p.m. at night, okay? And then we want to do this, we want to have an opportunity to do it every day at maybe, we'll just say 3 p.m., right? So we're testing something different, a different schedule. Instead of every 15 minutes, maybe we could have these 2, and then we could have maybe something that's happening tomorrow, always happening tomorrow, okay, at 8 p.m. So that again, when a user comes, they're seeing the different opportunities. And then maybe we'll have one that's happening now, right? So it says join session in progress, and when you do that, you can actually make the video skip through, like say 2 minutes of your video or whatever you want. So it feels like the user joined a session that's actually in progress, right? And then we can have it, show maybe just 4 sessions, right? So 4 different opportunities for somebody to register for this webinar. So if we save this, okay, and we go back, you'll notice that now we have 2 schedule groups, all right? This is what makes WebinarFuel so great. Without editing the landing page or anything like that, we just go to our widgets. Okay, this is where we get our, build our registration widgets. And you'll notice this is our registration widget here. Okay, it starts off with a button, then it goes to this. Now, we don't have where it asks for email address in here for the demo. Obviously, you would have one that asks for email. We took that out of this so that I could demo the schedule much easier. So normally you would have the button, you'd have another step, first step that asks for email address, and then second step that would ask for this information. So what we do is you'll notice that each one of your widget variations, so you'll have a variation of your widget, in the settings, you can tie that to a schedule group, okay? So what we would do here in this particular case is we kind of just expand this side, all right? And you see where it says clone this version? We would just click clone version. All right, so we'll clone this version of the widget. You'll notice we now have 2 of these, and if you expand this, you'll see this still says version 1 because we cloned it, so we'll probably edit that to say version 2. Okay, so now we have 2 versions of our widget. All we have to do is turn this version on. Okay, so now both of these versions are on, and in version 2, we just go to settings and we say, hey, in this version, we want you to show schedule group 2, right? And that's it. At this particular point in time, we literally already at this point are now split testing schedules. Anytime somebody sees version 1 on the landing page, they're going to get schedule group 1. Anytime they see version 2, they're going to get schedule group 2 because that's what it's been told to do. So if we refresh this page, okay, you'll see the button looks the same because we're not testing anything except the schedule, right? But the difference is, notice now how it's giving me those 4 options: join session in progress, which starts immediately, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and then tomorrow at 8 o'clock. All of the options that I put on that schedule group are now there. And if you kept refreshing the page, which obviously, it has cookies and sessions, but it'll, so if you were to test this on your own, you might have to hard refresh. But do you notice now it gives me a different option? So WebinarFuel is swapping this. It's split testing this registration process, right? And the only difference in the registration process is obviously the schedule. Now, how do we know which one worked the best? Well, we just click right here on stats, and it's going to show you version 1 and version 2. How many impressions, how many visits, how many people registered, and what the conversion is, right? So now we can easily see which one of our schedule groups is getting us the most registrations, the most people attending our webinar, and the most conversions. It literally takes just seconds. I believe this video is less than 10 minutes right now, and a couple of minutes of that was me introducing it. And I've already got this split test going on my site. This is super simple, super easy, and I want to clarify that you can put these registration widgets on any page. It doesn't have to be, we use ClickFunnels for all of our pages, but you can put it on any page, your blog, your website, anything, right? And you don't ever have to go and edit it. Whatever you do inside of our editor here, okay, is going to show up and reflect on your page. So you could have 3 or 4 different versions of your widget that are tied to 3 or 4 different schedule groups, and you could test all 4 at the same time. It will evenly distribute the traffic across the variations. This is one of those things that makes a big difference in your numbers, right? Look, marketing is all about having the data, okay, to make the decisions that are going to get you the best results. It's that simple. For so many years, automated webinars were limited by tech, right? Because the companies that produced these softwares that allowed you to automate webinars were so focused on let's just automate the webinar, right? There was no time, effort, and energy really put into the tech around it. What can we split test? What can we give people an opportunity to improve upon, right? WebinarFuel changed the game and reinvented the automated webinar. It's no longer done in a very basic, simple, one-size-fits-all way. You now have control. Your audience may convert better with a webinar that's happening every 15 minutes. The next person's audience may not convert well with that. They may convert better to the second option, which is only 2 options a day and then 1 tomorrow. Everybody's audience offer and kind of industry is different, right? WebinarFuel gives you the flexibility to test these things very easily. You don't have to be a developer or anything like that. That was super simple, right? Super easy. If you're doing automated webinars, you need to be using WebinarFuel. If you're not, you're costing yourself opportunity, money, attendees, registrants, everything, right? Because we do everything better, right? And give you the opportunity to make it as perfect as it possibly can for your brand and your business. There's a link in the description below that'll let you get started with WebinarFuel right now. I invite you to check it out. Get in, build your webinar, see the features that we have, these exclusive features, new features that we're bringing each and every week, and you will see that with the power of WebinarFuel, you can bridge that gap between the live audience conversion rates and the crummy conversion rates we're all accustomed to getting on automated webinars. You can find a happy medium that gets you much closer to that live conversion rate and allows you to get back your time but still scale your business, generate sales and leads on complete autopilot. So please click the link, check out WebinarFuel, get started using it today, and of course, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new features and exclusive automations and features that we release here on our channel.